Well, today is August the 11th, and this is part 32 of our study of end times. We have now come down to the end of that period called the tribulation period, and I ran across something that I thought was interesting. You know, the last major event that's going to take place will be the battle, it's called the Battle of Armageddon, when Jesus returns with his saints and will put an end to all those nations that have gathered there against him. It was interesting, I found in the book of Zechariah. Zechariah was called a post-exile prophet. That is, he prophesied after the Jews went into captivity for 70 years. I read, I think, about 500 years before Jesus came when he wrote. And I want you to pay attention to what Zechariah said all those years before Jesus came. I'm going to do a lot of reading this morning. Zechariah 14, starting at verse 2. It says, I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. Now that's exactly what we've been studying in Revelation, where Antichrist and the false prophet and Satan all sent out spirits to gather together all the nations against Jerusalem, against Jesus. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Now, verse 3. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet, Jesus' feet, when he comes back, Jesus' feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives. Now the Mount of Olives is right just east of Jerusalem. You can overlook the city of Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives. That's the exact place where he left from. So when he comes back, he's coming back again to the Mount of Olives. Well, let's see. And his feet, Jesus' feet, shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives, now listen now, shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west, and there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north and half of it toward the south. So when Jesus comes and his feet come on that mountain, the Mount of Olives, it's going to split, and there'll be a valley made in through the midst of it. And it says, the people that are left there, it says, and ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azel. Yea, ye shall flee like as you fled before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. Now here's what I want you to see. And the Lord, my God, shall come, and all his saints with thee. Already he's saying Jesus is going to come. He calls him the Lord, that's Jehovah. Calls him God, that's Jesus. He's called here God. And he's going to come with his saints. Now then, down in verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Here's what he's going to do. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's not a very pretty picture. When Jesus comes and puts an end to all these nations that are against him, they're going to die suddenly, the way it says here. Now, Jesus is coming back in order to set up his kingdom on earth, and also in Zechariah, the same chapter 14, verse 9, it says, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. So the Lord is coming back, and he's going to be the king of the whole earth. First time since Adam sinned and messed things up and Satan became the god of the world. So now Jesus set up his kingdom and going to be the king over all the world. Well, time's up for today. We were going to look at some of the other things that are going to happen immediately when Jesus comes. We'll see that in the morning. Have a great day today.